I too am Yuki Yamato.
What the? I didn't know what to. I didn't know how. I didn't even know how to. I didn't know what to say. What on earth was that man talking about? And how did he know my name? Maybe it was all just a practical joke, but that wouldn't explain one thing. You. How do you know the name Stryker? Are you part of the Balboran Empire?
The Balboran Empire? No, that's not the reason I know it.
Then tell me, how do you know? What's going on here?
I thought I told you. I know because I am Yuki Yamato.
That's not an answer. Tell me, or I'll beat it out of you, I swear to God. I glared at the man, bristling, but the man remained calm. He shook his head and sighed.
Well, I didn't expect you to believe me right away.
Of course I don't. Now answer my question.
If I must. In that case, I'll give you a hint.
The man took a deep breath. Slowly, his lips formed the words.
Memory collector.
Huh? The moment he said it, my heart gave a sudden twist inside my body. I had never heard the word before. Nevertheless, my body began to tremble as if seized with a primal fear. Before I could offer a reaction, Jack broke in, a surprised expression on his face.
Memory collector? How you know that man too?
Jack?
Oh, so you know him too. Memory collector is the key phrase that joins us.
Ugh. God damn it. My heart began to pound so hard. It was like it was trying to escape my chest. My head was splitting in two. Cold sweat covered my body. My legs gave out from underneath me.
I'll come to see you again soon. I'd like it if we could be friends. After all, we are two halves of the same whole.
The man slipped neatly past me and began to walk off. Wait! Ugh. I turned and reached out to the man, attempting to get back on my feet, but my legs had gone completely numb. The pain in my head was so severe it began to consume the world around me.
My liege, what has befallen you? God, it hurts. My head, it's splitting.
The world around me blurred as the man continued to move away. What was it he had said? Memory collector? I was sure I had never heard the phrase before, so why did it invoke such terror in me?
My liege!
At last, my consciousness slipped away. The world fell into darkness. The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes were the slats of a wooden ceiling. I was lying on a futon in my room. I remembered. I had been on my way home from school when I was approached by a mysterious man. Oh, God! I bolted upright to find Jack beside me.
Ah, you have awakened at last, my liege.
Yeah, but how did I get here?
Lost consciousness, did you? After a strange man's words, I carried you back here all on my own.
Thanks.
'Tis but my duty, as ever, my liege. Now I must insist that you lie back down and get some rest.
I obediently laid back on the futon. Jack placed a wet towel on my forehead. He hadn't wrung it out very properly, and some water dripped down my face, but I wasn't in any condition to care. My head still felt numb. My stomach was trying to tie itself in knots. More importantly, I couldn't stop thinking. What was it about that name that had given me such a shock? Hey, Jack, what was it that he had said that something collector?
Ah, yes, memory collector.
Yeah, that's it. You seem to know what he was talking about.
Yes, heard the name from mine instructor, did I? The memory collector is old man who grants wishes to exchange in memories of men.
So he's like a fairy tale character?
No. What I speak of is no fairy tale. 'Twas memory collector who granted my instructor power to become ninja.
Your instructor? What? Tell me more about this.
I shall.
Jack nodded, and gravely began to tell the story.
My name's Stryker. Watched Japanese period dramas as child. Longed did he for many years to become true ninja. He made wish to memory collector. I think this is how he was able to become ninja.
You think that's how he... Didn't he tell you the story himself?
Verily, my Stryker remembers story not so clearly.
What does that even mean?
He told me that the price of which was the memories of his past.
So he grants your wishes in exchange for your memories? And that's why he's called the memory collector? That's a really ironically simple, moniker for a service that he provides. Even with the Jack's explanation, it just didn't seem plausible. The man had said memory collector would explain our connection, but the explanation just made things more confusing. Just what was it that man was trying to tell me?
May I ask you one question, my liege?
Yeah, sure, what?
Certain are you that you do not know of the memory collector?
I mean, I'm sure I'm sure if I knew him, I wouldn't be asking you. I mean, let me ask you this, then. Why do you think I should know about this memory collector?
It is but passing thought. But perhaps, as mine instructor once did, my liege may deal with memory collector to become Stryker?
Ugh, God. At Jack's words, I felt my heart twist in my chest once more. God, no, it's stupid. The next thing I knew, I was scrambling away from the futon onto my feet. I'm a cyborg, God. Created for the defense of the Japanese Empire. My liege? I've never met this man before. This has nothing to do with me. I'm just... Oh, God. My head spun and my knees buckled. I lowered myself to the floor. Before long, the nausea and headache were overwhelming. I collapsed back into the bed, cradling my head. Oh, my head. Oh, it hurts so bad.
You must not overexert yourself in your illness. Rest this day, at least, please. Come now, take this headache medicine. Made with kindness, it is.
Thanks. Jack pressed me back down into bed, and I closed my eyes, trying to hold back my nausea. That would explain so much, like how, he doesn't remember his childhood with our beautiful not girlfriend, and, and how he went from being a kid with cardboard striker units to a real boy with real boy striker units. Yeah, explanations. Wow, in-game, tuk-tuk going by. The next day, I stopped by Cafe Ichimonji to gather intelligence, as usual.
Come on in. Oh, it's just you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, Ichimonji. I gave a hurried greeting and sat down in a position to see the TV. I sat down to see the TV. I watched TV. A good night's sleep had gotten rid of most of my headache, but I still felt a strange weight on my mind. There was just too much to process. I couldn't stop thinking that mystery man and the memory collector. But thinking about them just brought my headache back. I was in a fairly rotten mood.
Oh, Yuki-kun. You're not feeling well today, are you?
No, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Then quit being in such a moody... Then quit it with that moody expression. You're going to bring down the vibe in here.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm sure the vibe can't go any farther lower. I mean, no, this is just my usual expression. I don't know what you're talking about there, Ichimonji.
My liege is merely tired. If he could have but a cup of coffee, maybe, and maybe 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, fine, of course, whatever. Are you going to sit here too? Fine. Just whatever.
Ichimonji grumbled to herself as she moved over to the counter. I'm not reading very well.
Good morning, Yamato-kun?
Haruna. Haruna turned away shyly, her cheeks flushed with pink. Her presence reminded me of what had happened 2 days before. Suddenly I began to feel a little shy too.
Oh,
Good morning, Haruna. I found myself averting my eyes and a stammer in my voice. Why was I feeling so flustered? I talk to Haruna every day.
Well, Haruna Dono, 'tis coincidence to find you here in this morning.
yeah. I thought I'd have a nice cup of coffee to, wake me up.
This is no coincidence. Haruna just came by because...
Stop it. Sayaka-chan, please.
Haruna plopped down across from me. Ichimonji brought us our coffee. I slurped the jet black liquid very noisily, just as, Noden often does into the microphone for effect. Haruna leaned in to address me privately.
Are you mad at me?
No, why would you think that? Had I given away that I wasn't feeling like myself? On top of that, her presence made me a bit flustered. I hope
not. I thought you might be mad at me because I made you meet up with me at the flower viewing, the other day.
I did that because I wanted to, Haruna. I mean, don't worry about it. Honestly, on the contrary, I was happy that you wanted to spend time with me.
But
Listen, I enjoyed... No. I should have told you earlier, but I really did enjoy myself. Thank you. Thanks for asking me.
really? Well, thank goodness.
I had answered with my usual straight face, but my words caused Haruna to break out in a huge smile. I forgot my own shyness and looked her straight in the face. Straight in the face! Look at that face. Look at that pretty face. Look at that face.
Oh my god, you two.
What? And how long have you been standing there?
Oh, Haruna... I was wondering why you stayed behind after the party. I never thought you'd be going on a date with Yuki.
A date? No, that was not a date. Nope. No.
I told you, that's not what it was.
Haruna and I protested at the same time, then looked at each other. Haruna, you told her about that?
I'm sorry, I
forced it out of her. She was acting so weird and, I don't know, strangely, I guess. So, anyways, I don't know why you're hiding it, though. It's not like you did anything scandalous. Or did you?
Of course not. I mean, no. Anyway, can you just move? I'm trying to watch the TV.
Don't tell me what to do just because you're shy.
Whatever. Ichimonji was teasing me, but strangely, I didn't mind so much. Because frankly, I liked Ichimonji just a little bit more than Haruna. I focused on the shop TV and to try to calm myself down. My face felt strangely hot. I wondered if I was flushed. Then I realized that my headache was gone. Was it because the exchange with Haruna had distracted me?
Boom, bow, ba-boom, ba-bow.
And now, here's our next story. Another terrorist incident is currently in progress. We take you live now to the scene.
The image on the TV changed to a live feed of a city street. It looked like something was going on. Thin wisps of smoke poured out from the overturned car. A stoplight pole lay broken nearby. It looked like a war zone. The reporter stood in front of the image, gripping his microphone with a tense expression.
I can confirm that a terrorist is indeed running rampant in the city.
What?
Hey, isn't that our city?
Oh, not again. Lately it feels like there's always something going on.
Oh, God. I just wanted one cup of coffee. Just one coffee. I was sure it was another Balborn cyborg run amok. We had to move out quickly, but just as I stood up, the camera zoomed in, catching an image of the terrorist.
The police can't seem to do anything to stop him. There, we've captured an image of the perpetrator.
What the fuck?
What? Wait, are there two stragglers?
I quickly clamped my hand over Jack's mouth, though I wanted to shout out as well. Why? The perpetrator looked just like Striker Zero.
This is the same man who yesterday hijacked a hot dog cart and broke through a police perimeter.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Excuse me. I gotta go. I gotta poop. My leash. I shall accompany you. Just wait a minute here, there. Where do you think you're going? You haven't paid.
Jack and I hurried to the scene.
My leash. Whatever could this mean?
I don't know, but in any event, a duplicate of myself is causing trouble in the city. There can be no question that the Balboa Empire is behind this.
But what has possessed him to dress as my leash?
Well, think about that later. Look, I see them now. The cyborg was directly in front of us. We had a pair of civilians. The guy who was dressed like me, not me, but me, the terrorist, had a pair of civilians cornered in the back alley. Just as we had seen on the news, the perpetrator looked like a Stryker Zero. I drew closer and noticed that the people being chased were the staff themselves.
My leash. We must save these people.
The fools. It must be because they got too close.
Oh, God.
I gritted my teeth. The cyborg raised its fists. Threateningly, the reporter and cameraman sunk to the ground in fear. They would be killed if I didn't stop him. I landed and called out to the cyborg.
Never fear, I am here.
I don't know why I said that. Leave them alone. The cyborg noticed my presence and turned towards me. In that moment, Jack charged like the wind and recovered the two civilians, taking one under each arm. Wow, those weren't the words I was expecting.
Worry not. They are merely stunned.
Good. Make sure you get them to safety. There were no longer any civilians in the area. That meant I could fight. Freely. The false striker was watching me, tense and ready for battle. From this distance, it was clear he looked just like me. You may look like me, but you don't have my skills. I closed the distance in a moment, raising my fist to strike. Just then, rubble rose up in the streets between us and rained down on me. God damn it. I immediately twisted to avoid a direct hit. In the meantime, my doppelganger had taken his distance again. You're that cyborg named Hilko, aren't you? Transformations and telekinesis, yeah, I know all your tricks.
Huh. Well, I am honored you remembered my name.
What are you after? Why are you imitating me?
Maybe you should figure that out all for yourself.
Hilko glared at me and lifted a truck with her mind. The moment I saw what she was doing, I leapt into the air. Unfortunately for you, I learned all your weak points in our last battle. Her telekinesis was formidable, but she left herself, wide open, whenever she used it because, she had to lift a truck or whatever. Therefore, I had to attack when she did. I sprung off the floating truck to throw a kick down at Hilko.
Well, I'm afraid I've learned yours as well.
What? The truck moved in a different direction than I was anticipating. I felt the iron slam into my back. You heard him. The impact ripped through my body. I fell straight to the ground like a swatted fly. I rolled over just in time to see the truck falling down at me.
You're finished. Now I'm going to finish what I started last time. I'm just going to keep using the word finished until you die.
I don't think so. Striker system change. Tenrei. Still on the ground, I charged plasma into fist. The blast let off a shockwave as I released it, knocking the falling truck off course. The truck landed just inches from my head. Meanwhile, Hilko barely managed to dodge the blaster itself. Okay.
How dare you? I am a lady. Regretfully, it appears the shot has missed.
Not at all. Even if Tenrei's electric blast misses, it still has an effect.
Oh, damn you. My body is frozen. I can't move at all.
Hilko stood there, frozen, like a statue. This was my chance to deal the finishing blow. Just as I prepared to do it, I felt a menacing shadow behind me. I twisted, taking evasive maneuvers. Jack! Hide! Sniper! I shouted to Jack, and I took cover behind a building. Smoke rose from bullet holes in the pavement where I had just been standing. I had to stay under cover. While I weighed my options, a large man ran onto the scene and lifted Hilko firmly into his arms.
Orson, you're late. I could have used you minutes ago.
Ooh. The man named Orson gave a small nod, then began running away. I moved in pursuit, but the sniper landed a bullet right at my foot, giving me pause.
Wait, why are you running away from me?
Oh, don't say something like that. You'll ruin my reputation. This is all going according to plan, I'll show you.
What? That doesn't... What?
I remained in hiding, gritting my teeth as Orson took Hilko out of my line of sight. At last, Jack dropped down in front of me.
It appears Sniper has fled as well.
At least they got the civilians to safety. I glanced over and noticed that the reporter and cameraman were still slumped on the ground. And John was burping. I ran up to the reporter and shook him lightly. Are you alright? Hey, speak to me. Huh? The reporter's eyes cracked open, and he looked dimly up into my face. Then his eyes opened wide in shock.
Wait, just a minute. I've got, get the camera. This is a major scoop.
The reporter leapt to his feet and kicked the cameraman awake. The cameraman quickly realized what was happening. He scrambled to set up his camera.
Verily, they have spirit of professionals. Do they intend to interview us?
Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but this may give us a chance to warn people of the Balboran Empire threat.
Excuse me. Would you, consent to an interview?
I nodded silently. The reporter thrust out his microphone.
Let's start with your name, please.
My name is Stryker Zero. I fight an enemy known as the Balboran Empire.
Stryker, I see. So this costume is some sort of cosplay?
Cosplay? What? No, what?
Now, why did you become a terrorist? And what do you mean to accomplish by destroying town?
Wait a minute, I'm not a terrorist. That was...
There's no point in denying it. We caught your actions live on camera.
Hilko's performance had caused a strange misunderstanding. I was about to deny it when Jack suddenly pulled at my sleeve.
My leash, look behind you.
I turned in time to see a crowd of men with microphones rushing towards us. They had all come to cover the story. They must have been hiding in the buildings during the fight. The men immediately surrounded us, bombarding us with questions.
Please give us an interview too, yeah?
Hey, wait, no. What?
Excuse me. Tell me more about the background. Why do you dress, like...
Wait, no. Let me speak, please.
Going back to my question, are you part of a larger terror cell?
These hopeless, my leash, they intend not to listen to us. Oh, this is making things worse, Jack. Oh, shit, we gotta get out of here.
Here, and obey.
Jack formed a symbol with his fingers. In a moment, the area was bathed in white.
Where did all this smoke come from?
Is this poison gas?
Quickly, my leash. We must make haste.
Jack and I took advantage of the chaos to beat a fast retreat. It was dark by the time I returned to the cafe.
Come on in. Oh, you're back again. Shit.
Yeah, I'm real sorry to bother you.
What on earth did you get... What is it that you need now?
Sorry, but there's something I need to check. I glanced around the room. Runa was there, in the back, watching me anxiously.
Welcome back, Yamato-kun.
Hey, is it okay for you to be out this late?
Yeah, sure. I let the boarding house know I'd be here.
Look, she's been waiting here the whole time because she's been really worried about you, okay?
I didn't know. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, I don't mind her hanging around or anything, but...
I'm sorry. The way you charged out of here just... It got me really worried.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to worry you guys.
It's okay. I'm just glad it was nothing serious.
Well... As she spoke, Haruna's eyes fell on the fresh wound on my arm. She was probably wondering why I ran out so quickly, and how I managed to hurt myself. Again. Obviously, I couldn't tell her, but there was the matter of military regulation, of course, but I also didn't want to get Haruna mixed up in all of this bullshit. Ichimonji, can I get a cup of coffee? So in the end, I said nothing, and sat down as I always did. The TV was playing the news. There was an image of the striker on screen.
Today, our very own news team was assaulted by the terrorist named Striker Zero.
Oh no. I know that name. That guy saved me once. Before.
It is a slanderous misunderstanding. Might we file protest with station?
Don't worry about it, guys. Let's just watch. It was obvious that they now thought Stryker was a terrorist. Was that what Hilko and the other Balborans were after this whole time? To make it so the police and civilians would treat me like some common enemy? It was a coward's plan.
Now, we'll now hear an opinion from our commentator, Mizushima-san. What do the members of the police force think of this terrorist named Striker Zero?
Well, we believe that the offenses may be caused by a comic book obsession.
An obsession?
Yes, the people behind the recent incidents have all been cosplaying as characters from a certain manga.
The man Mizushima shook his head in disgust, then presented a worn-looking manga volume to the camera. When we saw the splash image on the issue's cover, Jack and I both cried out, "Motherfucker."